in the world, and I showed everything. I busted it open. I busted it open for everybody. Now anybody in the world can go to youtube.com and type in Moondev. They can type in Moondev. You could go over here real quick. Go, if you want to automate your trading, you just go to Moondev. And then you could watch all my videos, dude. And I literally automated my trading here live on YouTube. You watched it from beginner, barely knowing how to code 3 years ago. I spent about a year probably coding, learning to code. And then I started to show you how to automate your trading because I was automating my trading. So that was almost a year ago, dude. Or, sorry, almost 3 years ago. I don't even know. Time is irrelevant, bro. March 3rd, 2022. So I learned how to code somewhere before this, like 6 months, a year. I don't know. Time is irrelevant. It was definitely all last cycle. Last cycle, I was not looking at charts. I was, but I was trying to like go from, yo, manual trader, let's automate this. So that was last cycle. I said, dude, it's so easy to round trip here in crypto. I'm leaving this cycle with something. So I bought a crib cash. Not because I wanted to, but because I had to.
2-4, and now you're back at it again, 7-9. Look how much more training I have done by simply starting at 4. Right? And so now you do that, and as the years go on, the separation that you have with your competitors and your peers just grows larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. And by year 5 or 6, doesn't matter what kind of work they do in the summer, they're never going to catch up.
They're never going to catch up, dude. They're never going to catch up, dude. So, yeah, if you want inside the Discord, the boot camp has closed. So you can't get into that, but you can get into the Discord. Here you go. I'll put the Discord link here if you guys are interested in this BitTensor stuff. Here it is. Yo, how do I set that thing up, dude? Here's Matty. I got you, bro. Let's make just like a BitTensor chat. How about that? Chat archive. I should do it in the members area, but now the members area is closed, so that's awkward. I don't know. I'm not gonna make a BitTensor chat yet because I don't know how in I am yet. I'm still doing my due diligence. I haven't even read the white paper. Let's read it, dude. Okay, so this is the real ish right here. Nobody's gonna read the white paper except for me. Let's do this first, though. Chat GPT. Above is the BitTensor white paper. Please break it down to me in easy to understand language because you know it's probably confusing as shit. So explain it to me, at like maybe like a senior high school level, just so we can all understand it. And I will read the paper after, but I want you to walk me through it so I fully understand it. And then once I do read it, then I'll double understand it and I'll take notes and all that. But you're pretty much teaching me everything in the white paper now, and then I'll read it for real after. This is just how I like to do things. I like repetition, dude, because I was a hooper, dude. So I used to not be good at shooting threes, dude. And then I got in the gym for 4 hours a day. Maybe not 4 hours, but like 500 shots a day. And then I became one of the best 3-point shooters, dude. Just like that. I wasn't able to dunk when I was a kid. So I went ahead and I started going to the gym every single day. And I put a mat there, a wrestling mat. I couldn't get to the rim. I couldn't jump that high yet. I was just a kid, dude. But how did I end up being able to go through the legs, dude? How can I do 360s and through the legs and shit like that when I couldn't even dunk back in the day? Well, I started slow. I put that wrestling mat there and I started jumping off the mat. I started dunking with my friends. This shit was fun as fuck. I learned how to dunk. I was way too short to dunk, but by the time I was tall enough and I was strong enough to jump, dude, I already knew how to do these moves and stuff because I used the mat before, or I lowered the hoop, So repetition, 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 repetition. That's all I've ever done. It all started with sports, dude. I know it's militant. It's militant. Sports are militant, especially when you get to a high level, like a college level, bro. I swear to God, if I did not hoop, bro, I wouldn't have learned this mentality, dude. My idol was Kobe, bro. So, Of course, of course. Repetition is key. That man did not do anything except except for hoop and get better and better and better. And I did that for years and years. I got paid, bro. I got paid. That's fire. I got free school and I got paid off repetition. So I'm just kind of recreating that here in this different in this new world, this new nerd world. But I've always been a nerd, bro. It'd be hoop and then I go home and game or I sit on my laptop. So yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about that, but let's go ahead and read this. Let's see here first. I just want to ping brains sometimes. That's all. Feel free to ping me in the chat, Kyler Davis. Yeah, Kyler's a real one, bro. Yeah, Moon. BitTensor is definitely fucking dope. Thank you, dude. Somebody just introduced me here to it today. I've heard a few people out here in Puerto Rico talk about it, but they essentially said it was like AI, the AI exposure that they have, and I just faded it because there's plenty of other Solana stuff going on. But as tides change, I move. I move. I move, baby. What do you use for the voice text? Sir Dev, this is called, God, I need to figure out what the name is called, to be honest. Flow something? Called Whisper Flow. Whisper Flow, this one. Right here, dude. It's fucking fire. It's probably the most fire use case I've seen in a while. Whisper Flow. Not voice flow, Whisper Flow. Your models develop to your hardware. I guess I'm still grasping. Me too, dude. And every subnet has a purpose. Like there's one for price prediction. I'm very curious about the subnets, what they look like. Let's read through what ChatGPT said based off the white paper, and then let's read the white paper, and then we'll watch some more videos. There's a 2 hour training on how to do this, so maybe I'll watch that if I get convinced. I'm still not fully convinced, dude. I'm not fully convinced, but every single thing that's happened in crypto has come through this chat, and it's Stony Sunday, bro. It's Sunday fun day. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dive into BitTensor, okay? It reasons for 12 seconds. Here's a breakdown in plain English, step by step. What is BitTensor? Imagine a huge decentralized market for artificial intelligence. Instead of one big company deciding which AI is best by testing them on a single task like image recognition, BitTensor creates a system where lots of different AI models, we'll call them peers, work together and even judge each other. They all earn rewards, tokens, or stake based on how much they contribute to the overall network's performance. How do the peers work? Well, the basics of an AI model. Think of an AI model as a function that takes in data like images and text and gives an output like prediction. Like each peer is one of these functions, training on data. Each peer learns by looking at its own set of examples, its data set, and trying to improve how well it works. They all try to minimize loss, a measure of how wrong they are. The network of peers. There are many peers connected in a network. They share information with each other so that every peer can learn not only from its own data, but also from what other peers produce. Okay, okay. So I'm kind of understanding it. I think what's going to help a lot is going through the different use cases to fully understand it. Ranking and rewarding peers, peer ranking. Instead of using a single test score, peers evaluate one another. They vote on the value of each other's outputs by assigning scores. If removing a peer makes the network perform much worse, that peer is considered very important. Incentives and stake. The network keeps track of a stake for each peer on a digital ledger, like a blockchain. The more useful a peer is, the more stake or tokens it earns. This stake not only shows its value, but also gives it more influence in the network. Why it matters. Rewarding based on contribution means that even smaller or older models can be valuable if they add something unique to the overall intelligence of the network. Preventing cheating and collusion. The problem of collusion. What if a group of peers start voting for each other just to pump up their values without really helping the network? That's collusion, and it would ruin the system. Consensus mechanism. To stop this, BitTensor uses a consensus mechanism or a system. Each peer gets a bonus if many other peers, ideally more than 50% of the network stake, trust it. This bonus is calculated with a smooth sigmoid function. Like, think of it like a ramp that only starts giving extra points once you've trusted by enough people. Nonlinear rewards. The rewards are designed to increase super linearly. This means that if you're trusted by the honest majority, your rewards increase much faster than those of a small group trying to collude. Bonds, investing in each other. What are bonds? In addition to stake, peers can form bonds with one another. Imagine it like a mini investment. If you believe another peer will do well, you can bond with it. If that peer later becomes valuable, your own rewards get a boost too. Speculative rewards. This system encourages peers not just to vote for themselves, but to invest in the peers they think will be useful in the future. How the network runs, data sharing. Each peer sends out batches of its data to its neighbors in the network. The peer respond with their own outputs, and these responses are then used to update everyone's models. Learning to connect. As a network grows, it might become too heavy to talk to every peer all the time. So they use a method called conditional computation, where a peer learns which other peers are most relevant for a given task, like a smart directory, and only connects you to the people who can help the most. Standardization of data. For smooth cooperation, all peers agree on a
You have
common
to, in
way.
a business like this, just keep making things better, keep improving the system, because other parts of it are going to wear out after a while. People will catch on to this or they'll catch on to that. So you just have to, like in any business, you just have to make things better and better and better, because that's what everyone else is trying to do.
Yo, so I like this idea. If this is big enough to actually be a trade, okay, I'm thinking pie in the sky. I'm thinking next Bitcoin, not my words, but Maddie's, and that's fine. I like the bias. That's what I'm leaning into right now. Okay, but what I like about this is you can get exposure to crypto based off of US assets, meaning I can use a debit card linked to my bank to pay for the VPS or the GPUs, and now I'm turning cash, cash or credit into crypto. I always like those types of arbs because credit is so easy to get here in America. It's so easy to get. And that's why I will never fade America. I will never give up my passport. I will never move to Dubai. I'll never leave this great country because we have such a privilege in our banking system, dude. To be able to like hit zero, you could be so down bad and still make it in America because you can go get a credit card for $5,000. And if you know how to code, dude, you can turn that 5,000 into anything. That's what I love. That's what I love about America, bro. Our credit system. It's also very dangerous if you're not a builder. Because, if you're just a girl that's uses their credit card to buy a bunch of shit and you get a bunch of debt, that's not too good. But if you're a builder, dude, if you're an entrepreneur, you can turn credit into anything. I don't know about you, but that's how I won. That's how I won when I was 18. I don't know why they gave me when I went to college. The college I went to, I went and got I went to the local bank, dude, in the middle of the country, too. In the middle of the country, dude. Not even on the west, not even on the east. No way. Hmm. They gave me 15 G's on a limit at 18. I'm like, what? I've never seen this. I've never seen this much cake before. I can run it up, and then I just built. I hired people, of course, so I had to go into debt in my first business, dog. But I just kept building and it worked. But I wouldn't have been able to do that if I was like growing up in Pakistan or some shit. So I'm so grateful for just being born here. That I hate when I see Americans get all like, oh, blah blah blah, America's not great, yada yada. It is great, and people would die to live here, dude.